What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at 9 bold predictions made by Sportsnet for the NHL this season, for 2019. Welcome to 2019, everybody. Happy New Year. This should be a fun video. We'll just go over it. We'll go kind of have a back and forth. You guys can talk in the comments, and we'll see how we both feel about these bold predictions. Now, I think there's a couple ridiculous ones in here, so we're probably not going to talk about the ridiculous ones, but we will just have a discussion. Again, these are just bold predictions. They're not saying it's going to happen. It's just a prediction. So let's go through them together. So the number one they put on here was that Austin Matthews will make more money than Connor McDavid. And oh, so much of it will be upfront signing bonuses. So, of course, signing bonuses aren't on the AAV on the cap. But the reason why they're saying that Austin Matthews could potentially be making more than Connor McDavid is because by the time Matthews signs, the cap has bumped up twice since McDavid signed his contract. The ceiling for the cap this year, in the summer, will be $83 million. That's what it's projected. That's up $8 million from when McDavid signed in 2017. So a lot of players like cap percentage and stuff like that, so they believe like he'll be a $100 million player easy. Matthews is going to make a ton of money with signing bonuses as well, because we do know Toronto does have quite a bit of money. You know, they have endorsements, all this other stuff like that. Toronto is, you know, the center of the hockey universe. If people don't like that, it's just the truth. They make a lot of money. And they're just basically saying that Matthews is going to end up with more than McDavid, and that does have a lot to do with signing bonuses and cap percentage. So I could see this happening. I don't think it's too ridiculous, but I'm hoping he doesn't take too much of that cap, because the Leafs need some of that money. All right, number 2 on the list is that Erik Karlsson will leave San Jose for New York and sign for less than Drew Doughty. So Drew Doughty made what, $88 million? Yes, $88 million to stay in LA. So they believe that Erik Karlsson will leave San Jose for New York, so that'll be a good piece for them going forward, and sign less than Drew Doughty did. So if the Rangers can still keep a competitive team, Karlsson could put up some decent numbers with New York. We know he hasn't had the greatest season this year, but he's still Erik Karlsson. So this I could see happening. Although I really still feel like San Jose has more to give with Erik Karlsson. Like, I feel like it's just going to get even better if he stayed there. We're not sure what San Jose's plan is with Erik Karlsson. I'm sure they'd like to keep him. I think that they didn't really overpay for Karlsson when it came to the trade. Him signing for less than Drew Doughty did would surprise me a little bit. I do like Drew Doughty. He's also not having the best season, but Karlsson would obviously join forces with Henrik Lundqvist and reunite with Mika Zibanejad. The blue shirts would have a bunch of Swedes. That's what it says in this article. So that's something that could happen. Number 3 is something I've talked about multiple times, so I'll just give my opinion. Sergei Bobrovsky and Artemi Panarin will stay with the Blue Jackets, but then be, gone once they're unrestricted free agents in the offseason. So there's a lot of teams that could be interested in both of these guys. Seeing 2 huge names hit the open market. Panarin, we heard he would like to go back to Chicago. We're not completely sure if that's true, but it's something that could be a possibility. Sergei Bobrovsky, there's a lot of teams that could be in the market for him. I would hope that Calgary would at least take a swing at him. So here they're saying that New York, Chicago, Carolina, Florida, and New Jersey would all be interested in Panarin. Philadelphia, Calgary, St. Louis, and the Islanders would consider Bobrovsky. So that would be 2 huge names that would hit the open market. I agree. I think Bobrovsky and Panarin will probably stick around for the playoffs. It's best for Columbus because I don't think they're going to really tank, and they could really go for it with 2 great players. Number 4, a familiar name will storm out of semi-retirement and come back into the playoffs. Call it the Mike Fisher special. I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Fisher, not only for his playing stuff, but his political views, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, so there are a few recent NHL veterans who have been staying in shape and have basically held off being retired because they might come back. So there's some well-rested players like Kevin Bieksa, who is just in the Spangler Cup, who Canada came in second. I think it was a shootout that decided it, which is garbage. Rick Nash, Vermette, Moore, Dominic Moore that is, and Antoine Vermette might be coming back. I don't know. We'll have to see. Rick Nash, I know he's got some health issues. I'd rather him stay out and get healthy and maybe just retire. He's made his money. I know he maybe wants to come back. I'm sure he does, but I'd rather him just stay healthy. I could see Bieksa, some teams taking a swing there. Vermette, I'm not sure about. Dominic Moore is interesting because, you know, he still is a serviceable depth player, much like these guys. Rick Nash would obviously be the best out of the bunch, but again, I would like him to stay healthy. The next one here, number 5, is PK Subban will get traded again. So this one surprises me a little bit, although we have heard about it a little bit. So basically what is being said in here is that, tell me, this is whoever wrote it, said, tell me I'm not the only one who finds it difficult to envision Subban sticking out his AAV of 9, well, not sticking out, but staying with Nashville with his AAV of $9 million against the cap and recent injuries, retiring in Nashville. Now, I would like him to stay there. I think that, you know, Nashville's going to have to make some tough decisions. They have a really hefty blue line. They have a lot of great players there. But that $9 million, if they feel like their defense, you know, core is still fine, basically, Roman Josi, he's a catalyst there. They've got a lot of really good defensemen. I'm just trying to think of, in my head here, like where Subban could go. That AAV of $9 million is quite a lot. I would think that maybe Nashville would want to eat some of that depending on where he goes, because there is still quite a bit left on that contract. I just would rather Subban stay with Nashville and win there, because I think that they can. Like I said, their defensive core, their depth in the forward position, they've got good goaltending. They've got 2 really good goaltenders. They should be good. I don't know if I really would see this happening, but it is something to think about. Number 6, Florida will be awarded an outdoor game. I don't know. We'll have to read this one together. The NHL has already hinted at plans to increase the number of outdoor games. I'm not a fan of that. I would rather them just have maybe 1 or 2. I think that it's just taking away from how cool it is. Basically, Elliot Friedman has been all over the designs for a show in Saskatchewan. I basically think that that's been something that's already been talked about. I think that Calgary and Winnipeg or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't really paid too much attention, but I'm not even going to read the rest of it because, you know, Florida, great if you get an outdoor game anywhere. I don't care where it's played. I just think there needs to be less of them. Why are there so many outdoor games? It takes away from how cool they are. And number 7, this one's the ridiculous one. Gritty will get arrested. His googly mugshots will go viral. All right, number 8. First-timers will dominate NHL awards night. Sorry, I'm not talking about that Gritty stuff. I think Gritty's cool and all that, but, like, come on, really? Mikko Rantanen, they're predicting maybe he'll hold on to the Art Ross. John Gibson will get his first Vezina, and David Pastrnak will come from behind to steal Alex Ovechkin's Rocket Richard trophy. I could see all of those happening. Gibson's always been facing a ton of shots in Anaheim. He stands on his head all the time. We know Pastrnak is killer. Rantanen is killer, but Ovi, man, that Rocket Richard, I'm not sure. They also think Washington's John Carlson will edge out Mark Giordano and Morgan Riley for the Norris Trophy, making Don Cherry and a lot of Canadians furious. Well, we know Don Cherry said some ridiculous stuff lately. Barkov will win the first of several Selke trophies, which he probably will. Jared Bednar will put his name on the Jack Adams. That would be cool. And Jason Botterill will take home the GM of the Year award. So a lot of really cool predictions here. Oh, and give Jack Eichel the Hart unless the Oilers make the playoffs, in which case it goes to the guy drafted ahead of him, a.k.a. Connor McDavid. So a lot of those could happen. I'm really interested to see maybe Bednar win the Jack Adams. That'd be cool. Barkov winning the Selke. That's almost a guarantee at this point, if you ask me. John Carlson, Mark Giordano, and Morgan Riley being in the hunt for the Norris would be cool. So I like that one. That might be my favorite one out of these bold predictions. The last one is kind of one for Leaf fans, but for San Jose fans as well. They figure Patrick Marleau will be traded back to San Jose for the last year of his contract. Now, I have talked about this. I don't think it could happen because, first of all, he has a no-move clause. Maybe he would waive it to go back to San Jose and retire there, because I'm guessing this would probably be his last season. Not this one, but the year after. So what a lot of people don't understand is the money aspect of this too. But just in case you guys don't realize, if you're not Leaf fans, Marleau spends a lot of time with the young guys. All of them really like him. Matthews spent Christmas there. They all get together and do cool stuff, and Marleau's been a great veteran and put up some decent points. But the Leafs need money, and his cap hit is $6.25 million. And a lot of people are like, whoa, you need to look into the money. I'm sure it's in this article, and trust me, the 6.25 stays on the average annual value. That doesn't change. People are confused. So So basically, it goes like this. The Leafs will pay Marleau his $3 million signing bonus, which after, on July 1st. So once you pay that, boom, his signing bonus is gone. You don't have to pay him any other bonuses. Then move him to San Jose, which means San Jose would only have to pay him $1.25 million. That's the money they have to give him. But the Leafs are paying the rest of the signing bonus, whatever. They still pay him 1.25, but it's still over $6 million on the cap. It doesn't just go down to $1 million. That's why it's called the average annual value. It stays at 6.25. It's been talked about a bunch of times. I'm not just making this up. It makes sense. The Leafs pay him all his bonuses, so that way in real money, San Jose is only paying him 1.25, but he still counts for 6.25 on the cap. So I know it's a lot of numbers, but this one would be cool too. So 9, basically 8, because that gritty one was just ridiculous. Anyways, those are some bold predictions made by Sportsnet, in my opinion. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very much. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Make sure to click that notification bell. Peace.